I'm going live right now to do a reading for a client, Ruth, who's been a great supporter of my work ever since I've been on Facebook. She's a wonderful woman and I needed to do a little practice reading. I've never done psychic readings live on Facebook before, so bear with me a little bit. So I wanted to do a little practice one because I'm going to do a bigger one tomorrow with lots more readings. So I thought I'd do a reading for Ruth right now, just to see how it goes. Hi everyone. If you like this and you think you'd like to have a reading yourself, you can go onto my page and put your photo, put a question on there. I'm going to do a reading right now for Ruth, and it is about her father who has crossed over, and she had some questions about her dad. So I'm just going to tune in. I've got his picture here on my phone, and that's how I do readings. I tune into the picture. I also have his name, and I use that to tune into his energy vibration and bring through the information. So as I connect with the photo of William, who I think they called Bill, I'm not sure, as I connect with his photo, what I've got to say he was a very emotionally controlled, let's say, man. We could say a little bit emotionally absent. I'm feeling he was a very kind of grounded, down to earth, didn't like too much bullshit, didn't like all that emotional context of things, just wanted to get on with it, and really felt inadequate when it came to expressing himself emotionally. That does not mean that he wasn't capable of feeling loving feelings for you, honey bun, who this reading is for. He definitely felt love to the extent that he was capable of doing that. What you've got to remember is that, we expect that other people are going to feel love the same way we do, and it's not true. Some people are capable of university level love, and some people are only capable of primary school love, and some people are still in infant school. So we don't all love the same way. I think the capacity to love someone depends on the oversoul that we come from and the level of wisdom that we've gathered as we've gone through lifetime after lifetime. I think someone who's an old soul and has been here for many lifetimes has understood all the nuances of love and what it means and what it doesn't mean, and has played in that arena and played with that energy for so long that those lessons of love are inherent in their vibration already when they come to the planet. So some people already come here knowing how to love and other people don't. So I think that William was one of those people who felt a little bit inadequate when it came to love. He knew it was a feeling that he could experience, but he didn't really know how to express it all that well. He is one of those kind of dinky-die Aussie kind of characters who just want to get on with life and focus on the external reality without really focusing on an internal reality at all. So he was about, living his life and enjoying himself and making a living and, providing for his family and doing whatever, he thought that he needed to do according to his belief systems. And of course, it's always painful when you have, a dad like that who was a little bit emotionally absent. It is painful, but you should not take it personally because it had nothing to do with you. It's very much about him and who he is. Now, when it comes to the episode of him crossing over, yes, I feel very much that he orchestrated things so that you were not there, honey bun. Again, he didn't want all that drama. That's what he would have called it, drama and all that emotional stuff. He really wanted to avoid that. And I think the lovely little scenario of you winning the $900 on the pokies that day was very much a message saying farewell and I love you from him in his own particular way. To leave you with that parting gift was actually quite beautiful and quite a strong communication to you. Many people choose to cross over when their relatives are not in the room with them. And in fact, people hang around for a lot longer than they want to or need to in this lifetime because they don't want to cause pain for their relatives, or they want to stay and look after them and make sure they're going to be okay. So you can put his parting down, his transition down in that same vein, that he didn't want to hurt you, he didn't want to make a big drama, he didn't want a big song and dance, he just wanted to transition and go. He was quite tired by the end and he'd had enough, and it really was a choice on his part, as it is a choice on all of our parts when we're going to go back to the other side. There are no accidents. And it would not have made any difference, my darling, if you'd have left that poker machine and made your way back to the hospital. I'm getting very strongly that he would have been gone before you got there anyway. So don't beat yourself up at all. Don't ever do that. As I focus on him now, I'm just getting him smiling at you and with a kind of very Aussie, she'll be right, mate, everything's okay, don't worry about it kind of attitude. It was all as it was meant to be, everything's okay. And, you know, as I tune into it now, I'm getting from him very strongly that in his own mind and in his own way, he did what he needed to do for you as your dad, according to his belief system. May have not fitted with your belief system, but that was his way. And he gave you everything he had to give. And, you know, when someone doesn't give us as much as we would like, in that regard, we have to say, well, they did the best that they could do. And I really feel that very strongly about William. He did the best that he could do, according to his potential and capacity to be able to love and express himself. And you just have to be happy with that. There's nothing else you can do about it. So don't beat yourself up, my darling. You can let that one go and know that everything's okay. There's no such thing as death. He's not really dead. And we talked about this thing about what happens when you die. He closes his eyes and he opened them somewhere else, and he was somewhere else without pain, without age, without the heavy density of the third dimensional physical body, and in a place where he could create whatever he wanted very quickly. Now, I'm getting the message now from my guides that it took him quite a while to transition because he didn't really have strong beliefs about what he was going to connect with in the afterlife. I'm pretty much sure I'm going to say he didn't have any beliefs. And so when he actually crossed over, it took him some time to realise what had actually happened to him and where he was. When we cross over, we actually create our own reality straight away. There's no density of the third dimension that slows down the creation. So you cross over, you immediately create exactly what your expectations are. And when you don't expect anything, that's what you create in the beginning, until you start to get signals and messages and communications, and your guides start to connect with you and you start to understand and hear that information, and then you get it. It's exactly like us waking up in this lifetime. How do we wake up in this lifetime? We wake up by understanding the synchronicities, hearing the messages, beginning to read the books, beginning to connect with information that is outside our normal realm of thinking. And that's exactly the way it is in the afterlife, and that's what happened to him. So I feel like he had a long process of transition. It didn't necessarily happen straight away as soon as he passed over from here. It took him a while to understand exactly where he was and what that was and how to deal with it. But he's fine now. Okay, so Ruth, I hope you've enjoyed that reading. It was a pleasure doing it for you. I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to give something back to you, because you've been a real trooper for me. And for those of you who would like a free psychic reading, don't forget, going live 11 a.m. tomorrow on Facebook, New South Wales time, on my page, The Goddess Mart. So get on there and leave your photo. Because I haven't done these readings before online, I'm not going to, and I haven't got any little helpers, I'm not going to do it spontaneously, like you get on and you ask the question and then I answer it. I just don't feel capable of doing that on my own. So I'm going to get you to write your question and put your photo on the link on my page, and then I can go through them and choose half a dozen or so to do, to give readings for tomorrow. So thank you so much. Absolutely wonderful, and I'll see you next time. Much love and blessings, and thank you for this wonderful opportunity.